Hey everyone, so today I'm collaborating with another YouTuber so you don't have to listen to me talk in this video. And by the way, I'm subscribed to this guy. I really love his videos. Make sure that after watching this video, you go over and subscribe to his channel. Go show him some love. Tell him that I sent you. And with that being said, here he is.
Oh, hello there. Now, my name is Jimmy. I felt like doing an Irish accent because most of you, if not all of you, apart from Kenny, don't know who I am at this point, so I could have been anybody. My name's Brian. It's not Brian. What is your name, mate? What's your name? Why are you looking at yourself for? Ken does that a lot, doesn't he? Hey guys, how are you doing? Look at us, Ken. Look at us. Yeah, I'm here today just to share my story on depression, anxiety, and maybe try and offer a little bit of advice. You can check out my channel though. I've got quite a lot of videos. My channel's dedicated to mental health, and then I do some music and stuff on the side. But I found Ken's channel a couple of months ago. I was having a really bad day, and I was on a downward spiral into, you know, the worst depression where you just wish you were dead and you are thinking about killing yourself. And you just want to make the feelings go away, and so you seek out reassurance from someone else because you feel like if someone else tells you it's going to be okay, you might believe them, but you can't believe it yourself. And it's one of the tricks depression plays on you, that you are not an authority on your own health because you know yourself better than anybody. So don't let a doctor, your family tell you what to do, what you should be doing. Trust your intuition. Anyway, I think I typed in on YouTube, "I want to die, help me." And then I watched one of Kenny's videos, which wasn't exactly advice, but he was just being open about his struggle, and it made me realize I wasn't alone. It reminded me, I guess, that I wasn't alone, because I know there's a lot of people that struggle with depression, but it's hard to spot them in the crowd. Like, how do I know if someone's depressed? Because they've fucking got self-harm marks on their arms? Like, what am I looking for? People might see me in the street and go, "Oh man, I wish I was that guy, because I bet he's not depressed because they're feeling that way." And they have no idea that I'm feeling just as shit as they are. Maybe sometimes I do give off vibes that I'm depressed and anxious and shy and lacking confidence and self-esteem. My head's down, I don't make any eye contact. I have days like that. But overall, I mean, I've been at this journey for like 10 years. This all started for me when I took a drug for acne. I guess it actually started with the acne because that fucked me over. Ruined my self-esteem when I had acne all over my body and face. I guess it was that lack of control for the first time where I realised that there is stuff that can happen to you in the world that you can't do anything about. You can try your best. Like, I definitely tried my best with the acne. There's a lot of stuff I tried and nothing seemed to work. And so I took a drug called Accutane, which maybe some of you have heard of, and it really screwed my body up and my mind, and I just was crying and stuff on the drug, wanting to kill myself. For the first time, like, even with the acne, I didn't feel that bad. It's like a monster grew within me, and it was trying to get me to kill myself, and I was like, "No, monster, what are you doing?" And so I took that drug for 5 months, and it wasn't until a few months after that I realized, like, the symptoms should have gone away from this drug, but I'm still suffering. What the fuck's going on? I think I looking back, probably made stuff a lot worse for myself by reading negative stories on forums of people who had taken this same drug I'd taken 20 years ago and said, "There's no hope, like, it just gets worse." I'm like, what's that going to do to someone's psyche when they realize that? When I read that someone has been depressed for 30 years because of this medication, am I meant to go, "Oh, well, hey, then what hope do I have?" And so my story might be different to you, but the point is I had a lot of depression as a result, and no matter what your cause was, maybe you don't even know, maybe you've got bipolar or something. The fact is you feel shit, right? So the natural thing to do is to try and correct that. And so maybe you've taken an antidepressant, I don't know, maybe you've tried supplements. Your outlook might be different to mine, but for me personally, I think our society just has it all wrong for us. Like, I know the stigma's gone a little bit on depression, not that much though, because it's not like if you're having a really bad stretch of depression, you can call in work and say, "Hey, I'm depressed, I'm not coming in today," because they can't see it. It's not like people can see that I feel fucking dire inside. And so they judge me and they try and help, and people are like, "Well, go and take an antidepressant, go and think positively. Snap out of it, man. Life's fun." Oh man, you just want to slap them, don't you? I'm never touching a drug again. I tried antidepressants for like a stretch of 10 days. It's my most viewed video of my channel where I talk about sertraline or Zoloft. And I don't know if I'm just sensitive to medications in general, because not everyone that takes Accutane ends up fucked up. A lot of people do though. I think our society saying that you're not allowed to feel depressed is just sending a bad message, because like with me, I took that drug and it kind of fucked my health up, and what? I'm not allowed to feel any sorrow for that. "Oh, you're depressed. Oh, that's a shame. You've got to feel happy all the time like everyone else apparently feels. You've got to get like high on some drugs and alcohol like most people are who are claiming to be happy. Because happy is a passing emotion, as is your depression, and you need to remember that. When you're depressed, you need to recognize that it is going to pass. And when you're happy, you need to remember it's going to pass too, so enjoy it while it lasts, right? And it will come back. You're going to have ups and downs along the way. But for me, with chronic fatigue syndrome is basically what I have now as a result of Accutane, I think, and stress subsequently from staying up too late and worrying too much. You're going to feel depressed when you're going through a chronic illness like that. But for you who maybe doesn't have a chronic illness, maybe you're just fed up, maybe life's been a bit shit for you, and I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe you've not got many friends, maybe you had a tough time in high school, maybe you're having a tough time out there in the real world and getting a job sorted and stuff. All I would say is that there is no good in putting pressure on yourself like that to immediately sort everything out in your life. It's going to take time, and a lot of people take a lifetime to figure out what they want to do. In their 20s, like I am right now, I'm 25, I think it's a difficult time. I've done jobs I fucking hate, and I'm still in a job I don't like. All this depression can get in the way as well. You feel like unworthy, you feel unmotivated to change. You feel like there's no way that you're going to be successful. You got to prioritize getting yourself right and doing everything you can to lessen the burden on yourself. You've got to be selfish. Think about you first. Like, if people are asking you to go out and you feel like you've got to please them, you got to say no sometimes. Don't say yes when you mean no is one of the things I've learned. You got to stand up for yourself and the things you believe in, and try and stay away from too much negativity. Although you can't think yourself positive, you can certainly make things worse for yourself by watching the news, by I mean, for me, animal suffering really got me depressed a lot, and I used to watch videos of animals being abused just because I felt it was my responsibility when it would come up on a post or an email I'd receive from like Mercy for Animals and Animal Activist group. I'd watch those videos and just feel like I want to fucking strangle the human population. I'm like, what the hell? How is this stuff even going on in the world? Like, I think just growing up's hard when you realize you're not a naive kid anymore. You see some of the stuff going on in the world, ISIS, war. Man, there's no end of it. Murders and shit. People getting gunned down in primary schools because of some nutcase in America and guns being legalized. There's plenty of reasons to get depressed about this world. There's no good focusing on things that you have no control over, like watching animals be beaten up by some fucking, you know, the worst word I could use there. There's nothing I can really do about that apart from maybe donate a bit of money to these animal charities that do their best and organizations that can help the animals on my behalf. Especially when you're not well though, you've got to just look after yourself but before you can think about anyone else really. And so I'm giving you permission to do that. And with your anxiety, the more you fight to feel better, the worse it's going to get, the more prolonged. So when you go into a situation where you're thinking, I'm going to be anxious, and you've got this apprehension, oh my god, I don't want to feel anxious. That's the complete wrong mindset, because you are going to feel anxious. If you're an anxious person who's had social anxiety, let's say, if you've been invited to your friend's wedding, let's say that you've got a friend and he's got a wedding, you go to that and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to like sit at a table with people I don't know, oh, I'm going to be anxious, I don't want to feel anxious though. Just accept you are going to be that way, and once you accept that, it takes a lot of the burden off, because you don't have to do anything about it, because there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, maybe I can take some, like, Calms or some kind of supplement, herbal thing that will help. Sorry, it froze there, I didn't know if it was still recording. Like, no, none of that's going to work. I mean, I don't know what else I can say in this short video. I'm freezing cold. I've been up since 5 in the morning. That's annoyed me, because at the moment, for my chronic fatigue, I'm trying to go to bed at, like, 10 o'clock, but I'm not getting to sleep easily. My mind's just really active at night. I find it hard to switch off. But there are always things that you can be trying, like hot baths before bed. That'll probably help me get sleepy, right? I'm going to have a bath in a minute because I really fancy one. Overall, just lessen the burden on yourself by putting too much pressure on yourself to do all these things, like joining a gym, needing to get a six-pack, needing to compete, being a perfectionist. All this stuff's going to make you feel way worse. If you want to check my channel out, Ken will link it below. You can check me out. Thank you very much for having me here, Kenny boy. That's it for the video. Take care, have a good day, have a great weekend, because right now it's Saturday, so whenever this video goes up, whatever. Goodbye.